In a time when narcissistic self-inflation is on the rise, ingratitude has become the greatest fault in a man's heart, and it is being used by many men as an excuse to fall prey to their petty vices, as a pretext to put on display the emptiness of their pretended honor and loyalty. You can look at ingratitude as an offense that is greater and more despicable than revenge, since revenge is only returning evil for evil, while ingratitude returns evil for good. A man that is ungrateful will rarely praise or forgive your actions, regardless of how much good you do, since in his microscopic heart he only has resentment and a sense of humiliation of having been helped by someone else, a petty feeling that ends up in hate and betrayal. Pay attention, friend, to your own behavior and refuse to engage in such a manner of conducting yourself, even though at times you will feel the pull to such a practice. Understand that the cure for such a hurtful way of acting is to embrace gratitude, which is thankfulness expressed in action, recognition of someone's kindness that never keeps score. We all desire to be recognized for our acts of generosity, and the silent hunger for appreciation and justice of repaying a good deed with a good deed that you have in yourself is also natural. But sometimes a simple desire and a silent hunger won't be enough to face the ingratitude in the world around you. Understand, friend, that you will never rise as a man to the dignity of true living until you have the boldness that dares to face ingratitude unscratched and to pursue your course unchanged when your good actions are met with thankless arrogance. It is hard to see those who were by your side in the days of your prosperity flee as from a disease when misfortune strikes your life. It is tough to see the loyalty upon which you would have staked your life, loyalty that seemed firm as a rock, shatter at the first real test. It is heavy on the heart to know that the fire of a friendship has died out and turned cold at the whims of betrayal. But despite all of this, friend, I dare you to make the choice to not let yourself be spoiled by ungrateful actions. Do not allow your reputation to be poisoned and undermined by lies and treachery, and do not let the sting of ingratitude transform you into a resentful man that is unable to share anymore his sympathy, kindness, and appreciation. Be strong enough to swallow the pain of ingratitude, smile quietly and fearlessly seek to forget. In justice to yourself, you should not permit the wrongdoings of a few to make you lose faith in humanity, because if you allow that to happen, you will transform yourself into a pessimist who mistakes his own introspection for reality, and in your broken heart you will believe that through your bad experiences you see the world. If you withdraw confidence in humanity from your heart, you will become but a selfish narcissist, thinking of yourself as the only one good man left, putting every bit of effort into your petty grudge against the world, just because the few whom you have helped and served have been ungrateful. If you will ever find yourself in such a scenario, friend, in which you will face injustice and ingratitude, dare to step away from your ego for a brief moment and look at things from a different perspective. If you will receive a bad breakfast, such an unpleasant memory won't make you abandon eating. If you will be caught in the rain, you will not refuse to ever interact with water. Just as you carry the hope of a better meal and the longing of a better weather, do not expect every seed of kindness that you share with others to grow into something positive, and refuse to be unjust to the whole world because of the injustice of one man. Remember that if you are an unselfish, kind and charitable man, you will be faced with many who will try to exploit you for those honorable traits, and in order to recognize, fight and overcome ingratitude, you must first understand the process by which ingratitude is shaped. Initially, you will observe a simple action of thanklessness from someone you have helped, a missing thank you for some great effort that you have provided without having any obligation to do so. Maybe you have helped someone financially. Maybe you got out of your way to be by their side in times of trouble without ever existing a single moment of simple recognition for what you have done. The second phase of ingratitude is denial, a moment when the person you were helpful and loyal to will care more about his selfish desires, will forget his friendship or connection with you, and will refuse to see how your helpful actions were the elements that have helped him. justifying his lack of acknowledgement with phrases like, "No one asked you to do that." The last level of ingratitude is treachery, which is when such a person's selfishness grows ruthless, and you will feel the sting of betrayal through the greediness, jealousy and ingratitude of the one to whom you have dedicated all your being. Understand this process, friend, and dare to rise above dependence on human gratitude, or you will not be able to do anything great in life. Do not become the man that is weakened in his well-doing by the ingratitude of others. Refuse to do good deeds for the sake of a reward, and reject the idea that your kindness and goodness are moral traits that should be held only as long as they come with appreciation. The essence of goodness always lies in the grace with which it is performed. Forget the good deeds you have done by making them seem small in comparison with the greater things that you are doing and the even greater you hope to do. This is true generosity, and it will help develop gratitude in the soul of a man who has been helped, unless he is so petrified by selfishness as to make it impossible. Never remind anyone of the favors they have received. Dare to throw such statistics out the window and embrace the good fortune you have been blessed with to serve someone else. Do not be blinded by your ignorance of human nature, and understand that sometimes a man's heart is so full of thankfulness that he cannot speak in the very intensity of his appreciation. Sometimes the consciousness of his inability to repay your good deeds develops a strange determination to say nothing, until the opportunity to show his genuine gratitude will enable him to make it a reality. Refuse to bitter your soul, friend, with the poison of the ones who make you feel like a small inferior insect, while at the same time having no problem accepting any favor from you, and do not grant them the right of future kindness. No act of goodness ever dies. Every good deed that you do will trigger some other good deed in the world, even if you may not know it, and it will come back to you in some form, as naturally and as inevitably as echo answers any sound. It may not come as you expected, it may not be how you expect it, but sometime, somehow, somewhere, it will come back to you. I dare you to understand ingratitude, to learn how to recognize it, and fight it back by refusing to give in to it. Observe the awful cowardice and injustice of it, do not pay too much attention to it, and banish it forever from your existence by making every hour of your life a radiation of your generous and honest heart. When you will pour every drop of compassion from your heart, when you will spend every ounce of effort from your body to serve a good cause, will you be shattered by the ingratitude of a few, or will you remain a beacon of trust, honor and kindness in spite of them? Your choice will impact not only you,